Restart. Boom. Check it like that. And then record. Okay. All right. Just wait for a few seconds. Check it. Superb. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again as you listen to the latest edition, the latest episode of the world's soon-to-be finest podcast, brought to you by the most amazing team of nerd conversationalists we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's CJ Rock, and I'm joined by my compatriot, Big Dave. How are you, Big Dave?
Alive.
Well, that's always a good start, Dave. I mean, I can imagine
Is it a good start?
Yeah, it's a good start.
No one knows what Dead's been really like. It could be better.
What, a dead Dave? Personally, I prefer the alive Dave. Dead Dave, no, I'm not feeling that at all, even slightly. How have you been, buddy? It's been a long week. Have you recovered from you enjoyed Morbius, didn't you, last week?
I like Morbius.
Well, apparently it's broken a record this week.
What, worst film ever?
No, it broke a record. It had it could be considered that the largest ever drop in a second week. 78%, I believe it was.
Because people listen to reviewers.
No, it got trampled by a rival. The ever so sexy blue hedgehog came in and kicked it in the nuts.
It came out the same day.
I think it came out a week after.
No, it came out the same
week
day.
After.
No,
it's definitely, yeah, it was a week after.
No,
absolutely massacred it at the box.
Because when Morbius came out, the kids were going in to watch Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, in the UK, but I think in the States it came out a week later. So it just got smacked around.
Yeah, but like I said, it's half term. They're gonna take all their kids out, so it's gonna be it, isn't it? So
the little blue thing, little blue beastie came along and did it. We're seeing it's a total of 72 million in the. Oh my god!
You know, one of the games I hated the most as a kid was Sonic the Hedgehog. I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
Because it was just it just ruins your eyes, man.
Really?
Once you zoomed up and started going crazy.
I thought you would have been a big Sonic.
No, I didn't really like Sega.
Well, fair enough.
I was a Nintendo boy.
Sonic the Hedgehog is currently sitting at 76 million in the States, which is where all Morbius' money's gone, and 70 million worldwide, so it's 146 million. And I don't have a budget. That's Paramount as well, actually, from the guys who brought you Fast and Furious, and the ones who brought you the world's fastest hedgehog. And there's no budget for it, but I assume it was what animated.
It was a lot more than last time.
Probably less than 100 mil. I reckon that would have cost.
I reckon it was a lot more than 100 mil.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
maybe.
It cost 100 mil for the CGI.
Nah, it wouldn't cost that much for that.
I bet it did.
Well, it depends. Did I do it during the dark? If they did it in the dark, in the middle of the night, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Sonic's doing really good, but I don't know how much the budget was. Whereas Morbius has sunk it took 10 million this week. And I think, let's see how much that has made in total. Right, so it made domestically 56 million. So even in its first week, the Hedgehog stayed more than Morbius took domestically. It took 57 million. Okay, internationally it took 69 million, which gives it a total of 127 million. God knows how much that film cost. But I dare say it was fair bit of money.
Awesome. Switched off for that one, sorry.
Hey, look. Hey, I'm just trying, Dave. I'm trying. I know you're Morbius.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
I know Morbius is your favourite, but there's only so much.
No, Morbius ain't my favourite. It's the only decent thing that's been out for weeks.
No, you've had a lot of. I thought you loved that film, Batman. You loved Batman, didn't you? I knew you were going to do that. Face. All right, let's go on to maybe the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the boys from Bossk. The legendary host you got here, me and Big Dave. It has been a quiet week, but there's been plenty of news. First up, we've got that. Basically, they're bringing back. Do you remember the Dungeons and Dragons animated?
Of course I do. That's my favourite cartoon ever.
They're bringing them back into the main game now. That they're coming back, and hopefully we may see them make a return in other media. But yeah, they're making a big return. You've got
yeah, but they went to make a Dungeons and Dragons last time, and it was nothing to do with the cartoon.
Oh no, but this is they're making it in the actual strategy game, the board game, Champions of Forgotten Realm. So they're going to be in there. Hopefully, at some point they'll make it at least a game. Because the only Dungeons and Dragons game I ever played was Baldur's Gate. I wasn't really into the board game. I've tried getting into it. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, the actual board game set with people and rolled some dice?
I haven't actually physically played it. Me, Mike, and Dave started watching YouTube videos a couple of months back during lockdown, and it just fried my brain. It proper fried my brain.
Well, then they'd probably love this because you're going to be able to use them as playable characters, I believe, going to this. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting news for those of you who love a bit of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but Uni was rubbish. Uni was rubbish.
Yeah, I know, but I guess I'll give her some nice powers. The Dungeon Master is the only like cool character that I really am looking forward to seeing because he's still Git. Who turn up and give you very few clues in the despair.
You had the Green Wizard. He was pretty cool, I suppose.
And the girl had the bow. Which was it? You had none of them had like swords, but one of them had a bow. One of them had a shield.
had a club with a spike through it.
Yeah, and that was it. There was nobody had an actual sword, did they?
Didn't the dude have a sword?
No, I don't think he did because I think on that TV. At that point, you weren't because everybody was scared of Dungeons and Dragons. Did you ever see the film with Tom Hanks?
No, because they must have had swords because they cut off the dragon's head.
Okay, let me try because I honestly can't remember. It's so let's use Google for what it was meant. Dungeons and Dragons.
It probably won't come up, Curtis, because it was like 1982.
Cartoon. Not Drag Ponds. Why are you making it? It will come up. Google always knows. Drag queens.
Yeah, see, Google knows about drag queens. Eh? What have you been googling?
Right, here we go. You've got the little barbarian kid. The boy had the bow. You had the annoying kid who had the
Didn't the girl have the staff?
Shield. Yeah, you got the girl who had the staff. Hold on. Let's see. Boop, boop. Why are you playing it hard? There we go. There we go. Yeah, the girl had the staff, and I think, yeah, it doesn't look like anybody had a sword.
Maybe one of the quests was to get the sword.
Staff, wizard, enchantress, club. Yeah, I didn't think any of them had a sword because I don't think back then they were allowed to have swords at all on TV because the type of show it was. Like I think even He-Man never had a sword. He hardly ever used it.
He always pulled his sword out.
Yeah, but
a bit dirty, doesn't
it? Yeah, that's quite interesting. But yeah, that was that.
Leonardo had swords. Leonardo, the turtle.
Yeah, but he never used them there. Never allowed to use them. Okay, right. So moving on. Stranger Things. So it's been. Do you know how long it's been since the last?
I found out who played Shredder today or last night. It was Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince.
That makes sense.
He was the voice of Shredder.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There you go. It's a bit of useless knowledge for today.
Never anything useless comes out of your mouth, Dave. And Stranger Things. Right. When's the last time? How long do you think it's been since we had a season of Stranger Things?
Last time I watched a season of it. Well, I watched all 3 seasons. Oh, it was like
how long ago do you think that was?
Before lockdown.
3 years since the last season.
Well,
and we're now getting the last 2 seasons in hopefully in the next couple of months, I think. They just dropped a trailer for it. It's going to be double the length of previous seasons, but it'll be split into 2 parts. So you're going to get volume 1 and volume 2. So have you seen the trailer at all, Dave? Have you watched the trailer for it?
No.
Well, I've watched a bit of it, and already it looks like it's going to be very much the 80s because they've cast Robert Englund in there.
Freddy Krueger's coming out, right?
Yep, Krueger's going to be in it. It looks like it's got a touch of Hellblazer to it. Not Hellblazer. Hellraiser. Old Pinhead to it. It's really, really good. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't say that I enjoyed the last season that much, but I think it still held itself pretty well.
Was that the one in the shopping mall?
Yeah. With the older brother who was a bit mean and stuff. That it was sort of the Lost Boys.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that.
And then the Mormon girlfriend to watch. Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be good. I mean, that was one of the shows that started Netflix. I think when Netflix started making TV shows, that was one of the first shows that came out, and I think it's done pretty well. It introduced us to quite a few stars, and I think everybody from there should be doing quite well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that's season 4 of Stranger Things. I think the first volume's out in May, but don't quote me on that. Do you like westerns, Dave? Do you like a good western?
I'm very hit and miss when it comes to cowboy films.
Yeah, but you like the occasional.
I liked Young Guns.
You find them a bit tasty.
I like Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
I like the one with Sharon Stone.
Okay.
Can't remember the name of that one.
And you like
True Grit was good.
You're all right with horror.
Yeah, I hit and miss. Well, I'll watch it if everyone else is watching it. I won't get my way to horror.
Apparently, we're going to get both in one thing.
Oh, don't tell me. Western cowboys. Zombie apocalypse.
Outer Range. No, it's called Outer Range. And it's apparently going to be a mix of Western and sci-fi horror. And it starts, I think Josh Brolin. Yeah, Josh Brolin's going to be in it. The trailer just dropped. You can see it on Prime or on YouTube, whichever. But
I don't think Josh Brolin has ever done a bad film, has he?
Probably. In fact, Dave, that sounds like a challenge that you've placed down before us.
Josh Brolin films that are really crap. I don't think there can't be many because he disappeared for years.
You said it. Let's see. Right, we'll search for that. But yeah, have you heard about that one? It's called Outer Range. And that should be coming to Prime TV.
It's probably got a load because I've never heard of some of these.
Well, it's on April the 15th. That one's coming up. Josh Brolin, here we go. IMDb. That's Josh Brolin ever made a bad film. Alexa, stop.
You know what? I don't think he has. The second Wall Street wasn't the best, but it was not a terrible film.
It's a bad film, man.
Ain't that bad.
That's a bad film. Right, here we go.
He only makes good films, man. I'm telling you. Oh, Into the Blue. Yeah, that was a bad film.
Well, I can't actually see. It's not giving me.
I would say he makes 75% good films, though. Makes them into blockbusters. Josh Brolin of Goonies fame.
Right, here we go. So, Country for a good film. Dune, okay, Outrage, Dune, Flight Day, Sicario 2. Legacy of the White-tailed Deer Hunter.
Great film.
Have
you never seen that film? You need to watch that film.
Only the Brave. Only the Brave. Oh God, that looks terrible. Avengers, Sin City, A Danger to Kill For, Inherent Vice, Guardians of the Galaxy, A Million Ways to Die in the West.
That film was hilarious.
Old Boy.
Old Boy's a great film.
No,
how can you say Old Boy's not a good film? Old Boy's a great film.
The original's a great film.
No, the original's a great film if you understand Korean. And this film mentally messes you up, man. I tell you.
Woman in Trouble, Wall Street Milk, American Gangster, Grindhouse. Okay.
He's been in some serious blockbusters, that guy.
Okay, so by the looks of it, he hasn't made an appallingly bad film. But I'm sure there's some howlers in there somewhere. He's had a very illustrious career, I have to say.
Yeah,
right, so Josh Brolin's going to be in it. It's going to be Western. It's going to be aliens. It's going to be horror. Definitely, I'm looking forward to that one. I can tell you.
You know what happened last time you had a Western and aliens, though?
Yeah, but that was a bad idea.
It could have ruined Harrison Ford's career.
That was a bad idea. Though. Do you know what I mean?
James Bond could have just gone.
I read the original comic book of Cowboys versus Aliens. It wasn't good. All that happened was, and that was Jon Favreau who directed that and wrote that, yeah. That was just, it sounds like a great idea. Because if you think of the way Westerns are, especially back in the day, Cowboys and Aliens sounds like a superb idea, doesn't it, Dave? It's like in your head, you've got young guys.
As long as they don't fall into Nevada desert, it's cool.
Terrible film. Actually hurt my feelings because it had what's the name of Daniel Craig in it.
Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, I could forgive. He was getting old. But Daniel Craig, nah, bro. It was such a bad film. It actually hurt my feelings, but not as much.
I think it's one of those films where they just offered Daniel Craig so much money and there wasn't a James Bond for the next couple of years. The way he just went, yeah.
No, I guarantee all that happened is he saw the title of the script. Cowboys versus Aliens, Waka Waka Waka. I can see that being a big hit, and that was it.
Wasn't his wife in that as well?
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz.
No, she's not in that. No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought she was. I thought they started the film together.
Maybe. Well, you got Google. What are you waiting for? Fair enough. Right, for those of you close your ears, Dave. For those of you who like anime, I want you all to go and watch the anime called Spy X. I can't figure out whether it's good or not, but it's getting an English dub soon. It should be out on. I don't know if it will be out on Netflix, but it's going to get an English dub soon. And it's just so far I've been watching it, and it feels amazing. It's the weirdest story I've ever seen. But it looks pretty cool. And it's called Spy X. It's about a little girl who gets adopted by a spy who doesn't care for her at first. But he then begins to treat her like his daughter and all sorts of chaos ensues. But I enjoyed the first episode's already out. If you've got Crunchyroll, you can watch it on there. But I really, really enjoy it. So check that one out. They are going to be doing a English dubbing for those who don't like subtitles, and that should be coming soon. Okay, all right, Dave, you can listen again. Now,
Olivia Wilde.
A show, Olivia Wilde. Yeah, but is Olivia Wilde his missus?
No, Rachel Weisz is his missus.
Okay. Who's Olivia Wilde married to? Right, one of your favorite films. I don't care that much. One of your favorite films, Ted. Do you remember Ted, Dave? You liked Ted, didn't you? At least the first Ted.
I preferred the second one, to tell you the truth.
Well, guess what? You're not getting a third film, but you're getting a whole TV series of Ted coming soon to Peacock. So you should get that on Sky. So that should be a big Peacock, yeah. The foul talking Randy teddy bear, but apparently it might be family friendly. So don't quote me.
Is that because no one watches Family Guy now?
Well, clearly somebody is. I mean, like Family Guy's still going.
Yeah, it's still going. I don't know who watches it.
It's cast. Oh God, they've cast. They've cast. Who they? Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's going to be back as a bear, but then we'll feature Georgia Wiggum, who's in the Punisher thing. Max, I don't know. Apparently, it might be more family friendly, so there'll be a lot of swearing in. But then I think they'll destroy the entire idea of the show. But that's just me. So, would you watch a TV series about Ted?
I'd give it a go, I suppose.
Whoop whoop! Dave's giving it his voice of approval there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Next up, basically,
Ted Lasso's her partner.
Ted Lasso. What?
Is Olivia Wilde's partner?
Really?
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde's English, isn't she? Is she English?
No, she's American.
Who is this? No, it's the other guy who's married to the English actress. That's fine. Okay. Now the secrets: Harry Potter, Dumbledore, The Secrets of Dumbledore, Fantastic Beasts.
I watched both of those this weekend. Actually, when you said to me the other day, "Did you watch any movies this weekend?" I watched the first Fantastic Beasts films.
What do you think of them?
I've never seen them, so I thought I'd give them a go.
And did you? Was it worth your?
I didn't like the first one as much. The second one was better.
Do I remember the second? I vaguely remember the second one. All right, so you actually enjoyed the second one?
I didn't really enjoy them. It was watchable. I didn't fall asleep. It wasn't like Death on the Nile.
All right, so you're all right with it. Well, Warner Brothers is like you, really, in this case, because Warner Brothers has said they're going to wait until it's released, and the third outing, which is The Secrets of Dumbledore, before greenlighting another Fantastic Beasts sequel.
They're not Harry Potter, are they? So there's no fun in it, really. Like Eddie Redmayne's good in it,
yeah,
but he's the only thing that is good in it. The rest of it's just rubbish.
Really?
I think the story's all over the place. You know, it's not.
Were you ever did you enjoy the Harry Potter films?
I enjoyed the first 4.
Oh right, what didn't
what was the fourth one? The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Something like that.
That was the last one I liked, I think.
Mm.
And then it was just like it's not. I don't know. I was never into it anyway. I just took my sister and I thought they were good films, good kids films.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, the third one's out. It's coming out soon, the next couple of months. Warner Brothers going to wait before commission a fourth one. Obviously, ran into a bit of trouble. Johnny Depp.
It came out last week.
In the UK.
Yeah, it came out on Friday, last Friday.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
Bloody, they dropping a few films I've been missing. All right, I've got to go and see that this weekend. Oh, so much to watch, you know, dude. And then, yeah, I'll give that a shot. So, it ran into a few problems, obviously, with Johnny Depp's legal case ongoing. He was dropped for Mads Mikkelsen for the third one. And so far,
they didn't give him the eye.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't.
And I'm thinking, how can they not even giving him the eye, man? That's part of the character.
Well,
but then he is a shapeshifter, so maybe he's just taking on somebody else's shape.
Just trying to.
So,
but we'll see. We'll find out soon enough. I mean, at the end of the day, it's one of those films that it's either going to be a big hit or it won't. I think the first two was kind of lackluster. Although I was all right with it, I didn't think it was that good.
I mean, they're quite. They're there. You'll watch them, but they're not. I won't put them in the same category as Harry Potter.
But basically, if you want to watch it, you're gonna have to pop down. If you want any more Fantastic Beasts, you're gonna have to pop down the cinema and watch that film. Otherwise, you will not be getting any of the magic.
It should have been a TV show, I think, that one.
You think?
Yeah, I think that could have been a TV show. Where he catches the animals and stuff like that. That could have been a TV show.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's owned by Warner Brothers. There's no reason why they can.
Could be like Ghostbusters, just trying to find the next ghost, you know?
Time will tell. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Right. What else is there? Where else are we at before we start the reviews? The Flash may get cancelled. It's going to get the favorite of the CW TV series.
I thought he said he was not going to do no more after season 9 anyway.
Well, it's going to get a shortened season. I think they were going to replace him with the other Flashes because they've got at least 3 of them, I think. But they're considering cancelling it with a shortened final season, so it may get like a 10-episode finish. The way things are looking, but yeah, the time of the Flash, it may be coming to an end. CW's been getting a lot of criticism recently.
It came to an end a long time ago with me. Last season,
yeah. I stopped watching it after about season 3 of the Flash, and I think the first season of season 2 of the Flash, and I think when the Legends of Tomorrow started. So after I think the second season of that.
I was still watching the Flash up to last year or the year before, and that was it. It was just getting stupid.
Well, it's been getting a lot of flack recently for story quality, which I don't think it ever actually had. But that is that could be coming to an end soon. There's other shows that still haven't been commissioned. Batwoman hasn't been recommissioned, and I think there's a Legends of Tomorrow hasn't been recommissioned yet. They're not cancelled, but they haven't been recommissioned. So I'll be interested to see where the CW moves on from here.
All those shows are rubbish.
Well, I quite like that. I didn't like Batwoman.
The Legends of Tomorrow and Batwoman are in the same level as Green Arrow with me. They were just like Supergirl. That was good when it first came out, and then it just started getting repetitive.
The budget dropped. I think the first season wasn't even on the CW. It was on AB. It was on another channel. And then
NBC, I think it was on.
Yeah, and then it got moved to CW, and basically the cost, like, because they had old Ally McBeal on it, didn't they, in the first season, and then it was like,
and the second season,
we can't afford you no more, so see you later. And then last but not least, the reboot of Superman, Ta-Nehisi Coates, who wrote Black Panther. His script is apparently reportedly close to be finished for the new Superman, which is going to be the multiverse version of Superman, which might be played. They did a comic book about it.
Is it going to be a multiverse film, though?
No.
It's just going to be a Superman from another verse.
Yeah. So it's going to be the black version of Clark Kent, which they appeared in, I think, one of the multiverse stories in DC Comics a couple of years ago. It was quite popular, so it'll be interesting to see how that works for DC, especially as the previous 2 Superman films haven't been that successful. No, Black Adam, I think, will only help if it's a big hit. I'm concerned that it won't be, but we shall see. Right, in terms of stuff we've seen this week, the latest episode of Picard, I'm not liking it. I'm a big Trekkie, not enjoying it so much. It just feels like it's a really large budget version of a bad episode of The Next Generation.
That'd be quite good then for me.
You might like it. I just couldn't get into it, and I've really struggled with the second season of Picard. But others might enjoy it. I don't think it's bad. I haven't enjoyed it. I haven't gotten into it, and I just don't see where it's going. But it's nice to see lots of old faces.
Did you have high expectations?
Well, I hate the fact that everybody that was in the previous season seems to be in this season again. And it's like, hold on a second. Hold on a minute. But we'll see. Give it a shot. I think that it still looks big budget, but I'm just over it. Did you get into Picard at all?
I haven't watched any of it. I'm not a big Trekkie fan.
Next up, Moon Knight. Dave's not watching it, but I'll give you my quick review without any spoilers for the latest episode. They've upped the game. It's taken a slightly...
just to put you on mute for
I'm not going to give you any spoilers, Dave. They've upped the game. It's slightly more...
interesting.
Yeah, more action-packed, a bit more...
I can actually sit there and watch it and not fall asleep.
The pace has picked up a fair bit, and it reminds you that it's got a movie-type budget. Because it looks
is there action this time?
Quite a lot of action.
Okay, did it kill anyone?
Quite a lot of people end up with holes in them.
So it's gone all Punisher. I'm going to watch it again now. I said I'm going to watch
think
it.
It's worth a watch,
episode, but I'm going to watch it now.
Especially the last 15-20 minutes for me. I found really, really quite enjoyable, and I'm really getting used to about 40 minutes.
So I have to miss the first 40 minutes. Is that what you said?
No, I just like I said, it builds up, and I'm really getting used to Mark's accent, his English accent. Oh, it's okay. Look, everybody, hold on, come on, look, time out. I don't know where he got it from, but I'm actually getting.
He's just got one of those. He reminds me of who's the one that was like all Betty.
Yes, that's exactly what it reminds me of.
I can't think of his name. Frank Spencer.
Yeah, that's exactly what
some others do have him. He's a bit like Frank Spencer, isn't he? He's flapping all over the place.
And I really, really do think it works quite well. It's a nice change of pace, especially from the first 2 episodes. Now I've heard rumor that something really big happens in 4, which will change everything, and I'm very much like interested to see if this can hit the landing, because it's very different from anything that Marvel have done before, and maybe to a degree it
might link itself into the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, it's very superhero-y in a way that when I say that, like Marvel really downplays the superhero part of it, especially like the most superhero of all the superhero films I've had is Spider-Man. You know, he puts the costume on, he swings out, he saves people, stops crime, which isn't something that you've seen a lot of in the Marvel films. You know, you've seen stories about war or terrorists or
true. All they do is just try and save the world, aren't they?
Yeah, and
no one's there to save a city or an individual.
Yeah, and I think in this one you get it feels a lot more like that, and I think that's quite an interesting touch. I never knew the Moon Knight to be supernatural in the comic books in the way that he is in this, and I think it works really, really well. So I think episode 3 is probably, for me, it's the best out of all the episodes I've seen so far, and I like the change of pace, and especially the rest of the.
Hold on, there's an earthquake.
Where?
Behind me, the road diggers.
I can't hear it.
That's good.
I can hear it.
I can feel the vibration going through the shed. It's like an earthquake going off.
I especially like the performance of Mal Kalamawi. I think she's really, really good, and I'm really enjoying what she's doing. And I think again, Ethan Hawke, he's doing good, but Oscar Isaac just steals it, especially when he has to do distinctly different personalities. I think it works.
Now the army are flying over. It's really busy minute.
But just check it out. I think if I had the balls to do what the big Dave's doing right now, which is to not watch it until it's all out, I would do that. Just because I think it will pay off more.
Well, not the fact that I've been working all day.
No, but I think it works better if you could binge it. And I keep saying this about. This is where Netflix.
Some programs you need to binge.
I think if you're going to have episodes that are different times.
I did that with the last season of Peaky Blinders. And I'm glad I binge watched it instead of waiting every week for it, because it was quite a big disappointment.
Could have done a review of it. Now, onto my 2 other reviews. I forgot to put the timer on, so I don't even know how long we are. But onto me other 40
minutes.
First of all, I think I'll review. Right, I watched Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City last week. It was on a special, but it's being released for rental, and I have to say, I've never been a big fan of the Resident Evil films because I thought they were kind of it was like watching a cheap knockoff of the computer games. Like,
this one was based on the computer game.
It's based on the lore of the computer game, if that makes sense. So it's set in Raccoon City, and it's got.
It's not in the PlayStation.
Not so much. Like, there are scenes in the PlayStation, but it's not. There's no, like, it's not like in the game where you've got creepy corridors and stuff like that, and you're solving puzzles. It's got people in the game who, like Chris Redfield and a few other characters are in it from the game, and it's actually fucking. Why am I dancing around? This film's bad. It is so bad. It hurt my feelings, bruv. It hurt. Like I've always sat there, and I can't remember who directed the other. Let me get it up. The other Resident Evil films, right?
Mila Djokovic's husband, wasn't
it? Dave is literally. Dave knows me, and Dave, you know that.
You watch shit.
No, behave. You know that I've been quite critical of the Resident Evil films.
But you're probably the only person I know that's watched all of them.
No, I have. Oh God. But I've watched them because there's always been something that's been slightly good about them. They've never been high budget, but they've always had a decent budget to do special effects. And even though they were just a showpiece for Mila Jovovich, who played Alice in all of them. Even though that's all they essentially were, I didn't, I still think they were pretty shabby films overall. But then I'm watching them, and I have to say, compared to Welcome to Raccoon City, it's a freaking masterpiece of filmmaking. How is it that movie studios keep getting these things so wrong? And if I was like,
they get people to write things that have never played the game.
No, but my issue, like,
why would you not even talk to the writers that made the game?
How can I put this, Dave? Even the game plot, which is pretty like loose to say the least, when we call
the game
plot's
ridiculously loose,
right?
It should have never been made into a film anyway.
Even the game plot is better than this film, and it hurt my feeling. I was sat there going, "Well, I know people have said it's bad, but it can't be that bad, can it?" And so I sat down to watch it, right? And I'm like, okay, the opening's stupid already. Carry on. And it's like it just gets progressively worse the longer the film goes on. And they take every bad trope from every bad horror film you could imagine about zombies. And it's like, why did they even bother making this? If you're not going to give a budget to a film about zombies, and zombie films do really well in terms of making money. Resident Evil as a film franchise, did really well. How is it after you make those sets of films and you hear the criticisms of fans and you come up with something like Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City? I mean, wow, it looked like a TV movie, bruv. And that's it, it looked like the CW version of Resident Evil.
Oh, so it's that bad.
Oh, just putting good-looking people in a film is not, as far as I'm concerned, does not make a good movie. The cast, you got what is it, Kaya Scodelario playing Claire Redfield, Avon Joggia playing Leon, Hannah John Kamen playing Jill Valentine, Robbie Amell, who's the brother of Chris Amell, the Arrow, is Chris Redfield. And Tom Hopper, you won't know him immediately, but if you watched Umbrella Academy, he was the one with the ape body.
I just tend to be frozen.
And it's like, wow, you got all these people together. Some of them are relatively talented, and this is the best you can do. Well, Tom Hopper's done really well in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, but he doesn't really say much, does he? He's just a big oaf.
And isn't Robbie Amell? What's Robbie Amell done before this? Robbie Amell, brother of Chris Amell. He done no. The Flash. See, he was in the Flash. Remember Firestorm? You pretend to be frozen again, Dave.
No, I was just trying to think what big show Tom Hopper was in, but it was Black Cells. I remember he was in something big.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not going to wind on
as well.
I'm not going to whine about it much longer. I just think at the end of the day, it was.
That's your review, and that's how you're sticking with it.
Yeah, I think just let.
I'm going to congratulate you with that review, because that was really pointless of wasting your time and our time.
Well, that's what I'm here to do. But like
watch Raccoon City. That's all you had to say.
No, you can't. People need to understand why. And again, because people are going to think, it can't be that bad. It is. Every bad thing you've been told about bad movies is in Welcome to Raccoon City.
And like the Batman.
Sony should be embarrassed of this movie. I think it was Sony that made it. Just embarrassed. And get a decent director, get a decent budget, and get a decent cast.
Choose a decent subject. Is that what you meant to say?
Decent subject, yeah, and get a decent cast. But yeah, that was my review of that. Next up, I have a short review of Scream.
No, don't review it.
Yeah, 25 years after the brutal murders that shot the town of Woodsboro, California, a new killer donned some
I thought you was going to watch Death on the Nile. What happened?
Oh, this one came up. It was dead on a sale.
Yeah. Just have to waste more money.
What you haven't? You're not going to watch, are you? You're not a Scream fan, are you?
I'm not, but I've watched them all.
Well, but you're not a fan. You're not going to be. I'm just going to review it. I'm not going to give any spoilers out.
Well, it's not as if I'm going to miss much. It came out in January, Curtis.
Yeah. All right. So Scream came out on.
Just don't tell me who the killer is.
Like I do that.
That's what you do.
Stop blaming me for stuff that I never do. Right. So the new Scream film came out in January the 14th this year, actually. Or was it last year?
It came out this year. It came out in January, didn't it? Or February.
All right. Well, it came out, and I have to say, I quite enjoyed this one. I don't think it's brilliant by any means. It's a nice little reunion. Obviously, I don't know if it's meant to be a restart of the franchise, but it brings back the original three trio of the original cast. So
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox. Hold on.
The girl that played Sydney.
Yep, she's back.
I can't think of her name, but I can see her face. It was in Party of Five as well.
Neve Campbell. Neve Campbell, baby. Yeah. Neve Campbell. Yeah. And David Arquette are all returned upon the arrival of the killer.
Is Courtney Cox still married to him?
You'll have to watch the film for that. No spoilers, bro.
No, in real life.
Were they married? David Arquette and Courtney Cox?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. That's why in Friends they were always taking the mick on the title of the bit because it said Courtney Cox Arquette. And then everyone else started having their name as Arquette.
Let's find out. I honestly don't know. I have no idea that
I thought you was meant to be the knowledgeable one. I am the king of useless knowledge. I win.
I don't pay any attention to that sort of stuff. No, they're not married anymore. He's married to Christina McLarty.
Okay.
Him and Courtney Cox divorced in 2013.
It's just very unusual because most divorcees won't star in a film together.
Oh my God, did you know she used to date Michael Keaton? Hold on a second. She's 57. How old's Michael Keaton?
It's about 63.
70. Dirty old man. dirty old man. No, actually, it's not really. There's only a 13-year age difference between both of them.
And back then, he would have been 40 and she would have been in her 20s, late 20s, and he would have been, yes, I'm having a bit.
Yeah, but he was pretty hot back then. Let's be honest, he was Batman. But yeah, sorry, back on with the review of Scream. So the cast reunite, and the story starts off in a similar way to the original Scream, obviously, in that sense, and then you have to follow the clues. For me, I figured out the clues pretty damn early, except for one. It's not a bad film. It's fun. Something that this film does, which I don't think a lot of other films do. I don't know what it is, but with the stabbings, I feel like I'm feeling that stuff when I'm watching it, and it feels really horrible, even when supposedly bad guys get in it. But if if you like the original Scream, you'll enjoy this. It's just a bit of fun. It's it's
The
quite
original
well
one where
made.
Drew Barrymore gets killed in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it tries to be as different as it can, but within the concept of a slasher film, and I think it works quite well. It's very safe in a lot of ways. Like the violence isn't ever that bad.
It never was
But
in the
there
first
are
film, though.
yeah, but there are some kills where you're like, God damn, stop doing that so slowly.
There was better kills in Scary Movie.
Yeah, absolutely, but there was better everything in Scary Movie apart from acting, and I think it worked quite well. I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it for just to reminisce a bit. Is it a masterpiece of filmmaking? No. Is it the best of the Scream franchise? Certainly not. Is this possibly a reboot for the whole thing? Absolutely.
Maybe.
I doubt it's the last time you'll see Courtney Cox or Neve Campbell. For obvious reasons, I think they'll definitely bring all of them back at some point. And yeah, there were a few people. There's a few up and coming stars I noticed who are in other stuff that I enjoy, like Mickey Madison, who's currently in Better Things, which is currently my secret pleasure, and Jack Quaid, who's
What's Better Things?
It's like a observational comedy about an actress with the probably like daughters who seem like the most horrific daughters you could possibly have, but they all love each other and they argue, they fight, they do things they shouldn't do, and they've got a mother who's getting old and all
And
the
what
rest
channel
of
is
it.
this on?
You can watch it on Disney Plus or on the BBC app, as it is on both currently. And also Jack Quaid appears, who you'll probably recognize from The Boys. And he's in this as well. He's obviously Hughie Campbell from The Boys. He's in it. And I don't know who else we've got here. And I think those are the only ones I remember. I recognize out of the young people, but they're all very good looking young people as well. They're here to take over the reins and see where it goes. And that's it, really. Yeah. So, Dave, are you tempted to watch Scream? And who you fancying that?
I'll watch it. It's true though, isn't it? If it's on, I'll watch it. If it's not, then I'm not going to bother.
Well, yeah, at the moment
I ain't going to spend any money to watch it.
They're running a deal $1.99 on Prime at the moment. It's a special offer, which is why I watched Raccoon.
Another one of those great $1.99 movies. You get sucked into them every week, don't you?
Well, I'm like, you know what? This weekend we've got the Bonanza, don't we? We're getting the Easter weekend Bond, every single Bond film on Amazon Prime.
Bond, and on Sky you're getting Dune. So I get to watch Dune and thingy.
I'm pretty confident that Sky will be your baby. I can't bet you, because I bet if I bet you that you will not enjoy Dune, you'll purposely find a way to enjoy it. So
I struggled with the original in the 80s.
No, I don't think you'll struggle.
And then again in the 90s. And then again a couple of years ago. So
I don't know. I just like, people keep sci-fi fans love Dune. That's why I don't consider myself a sci-fi fan, because I don't love Dune. I no matter how many times I've tried to enjoy it, I'm still like, this just feels like a bad version of Game of Thrones in the future. And I don't,
I was really hoping Ghostbusters was going to come out for Easter, but we got Dune, so
yeah. But you can watch Ghostbusters for $1.99.
Yeah, but why? I paid 50 quid a month for bloody Sky on their movies and don't watch any. So
you should. I don't know, because I think Sony signed a deal with Netflix. I'm pretty sure that Ghostbusters is going to be on there.
It's coming on Sky. They're advertising it all the time.
Really? Okay, then that'll be good. But yeah, I'm just like,
Well, I suppose they need something this weekend because James Bond's coming out. They need to.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
I reckon it'd be the biggest film watched this weekend would be James Bond. There'd be more than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that some Prime's doing that. You know, it's like these films have never been on streaming services, but that's been for a reason for that, because they make so much money without being on streaming services.
Yeah, but they're on ITV every week.
Yeah, but people will buy Bond films. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Bond is on ITV week in, week out, all year round for the last 20 years.
Yeah, but like all of the films, people still like if the Bond collection.
29 films, isn't there?
Yeah, the Bond collection. If you go onto Amazon now, you can still buy it. They're still selling it for like. Obviously, it's on sale now because it's coming out on Friday on Amazon, right? But the pre-sale price, 60 quid for the Bond collection, 50 quid for the Bond collection, 60 quid for the Bond collection.
Yeah, how many people now are going to just go around and buy Amazon Prime, and that'd be 70 something quid a year?
Maybe. I mean, they've done pretty well in that market of the type of guys who love Bond films. So they're the type of guys who watch Bond, they watch Top Gear, they watch.
That's right. It's an action man's channel.
Yeah. Well, when you say imaginary action men,
who you imagine?
No, I mean they're imaginary. How they imagine action men to be. I know for a fact being a spy is not that exciting unless you're a Russian spy.
I reckon it is if you get the right job.
72 quid for the Bond collection here.
Yeah, but that's like Star Wars. That's still selling at 50 quid for the first trilogy.
64 quid for the. Do you reckon it is Star Wars?
It is on Amazon. It's still £45 for the first 3 films on Blu-ray.
Well, I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised that they're doing that. But look, I'll be watching them this weekend. Like, not watching them all the way through. I have to admit, it's not like Bond isn't that exciting, but I'll be watching some of them all the way through.
I think the only one I'll watch all the way through will be GoldenEye.
Really? Okay.
It's the only one I like. I like the first Daniel Craig one as well. Casino Royale.
The complete Blu-ray set of Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, the highest price I could find for it.
I didn't say the Skywalker saga. I said the first trilogy.
No, but
I think it's still on my wish list.
Star Wars original trilogy DVD, 15 quid. Bloody hell, the Rebel saga is 85 quid. Well, maybe the streaming services don't matter then, because 1 to 9 complete collection is 99 quid. The 1 to 10. 1 to 10 is 150 quid. But I wonder if they sell any of them.
Probably not.
But wow. Okay, so yeah, the Bond collection has joined us Friday. So GoldenEye is your favorite one. My one is what's my favorite?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite one. It's one of my favorite ones.
Casino Royale, I think, is my favorite one.
Which one though? There's 2.
The Daniel Craig one. That's
it's good, my favorite one. Apart from when he's dying of a heart attack for 15 hours. And then gets shocked by the fucking
You just
car.
had to go and spoil it, didn't you?
It's the truth,
I
though,
just
isn't
tell
it?
you
The
my
film's
favorite
really good,
one.
and then suddenly he's like, I got a heart attack.
This from the guy who loves Fast and Furious.
In my car.
This from the guy who likes Fast and Furious. It's incredibly hurtful, you know that.
Yeah, but this is James freaking Bond, man.
It's fair enough. I'm not going to hold
his watch should wake him up. He should have like 2 leads of dum dum.
But yeah, that's it. Look, that's it. I think we've rolled over and done it again and rolled over our time. But you know what? Had fun. Had a good time doing that. I hope you had fun too. Well, I had fun
because there's been nothing on this week. Pull your sleeves up, you streaming services, or you're all getting cancelled.
Well, next week I'm going to go to. I think over the weekend I'll go to cinema and watch some stuff and see if I can get any enjoyment.
Why would you want to go cinema on Easter weekend? Are you crazy?
Yes. How many years have you known me for? Are you crazy? No. Yeah, I'm bloody bonkers. But yeah, I might give that a shot.
You love to waste money, don't you?
Well, no, it's only $6.99. It's hardly a waste.
Yeah, it all adds up. $6.99, $1.99, $4.99.
No, when I buy board games, it adds up. Believe me.
If you got no friends, why are you buying board games?
Oh wow! Okay, thanks. On that bombshell, friend of CJ here brings you another edition of the Boys from Bossk. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Dave, say goodbye.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We will see you soon for the next episode. We'll have more news, more talk, and more conversation, and we'll find out what Dave
really is James Bond. What I think of Doom.
Oh God, do you think we could? Yeah, we'll find out what
we haven't actually reviewed James Bond or Doom properly, have we? So
no, we did a review. No, I did a review of you only.
Yeah, you did, but we did do one properly though. You spoke about it like you just did with Scream.
Well, yeah, I don't want to hit any spoilers for you.
Yeah, but it's not the same unless we both have seen it.
Well, make sure you watch it on Friday.
Because, you know, yin and yang, like
Time
Batman.
to die. No. Okay. Well, anyway, that's our week. That's the week. That's today. That's the week. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Good night. And watch the Kardashians tomorrow.